Hi, welcome to Shurmishta's second YouTube channel. I'm Shurmishta and today I'm going to talk about Babel. I have read this in 2023 and after that I couldn't stop thinking about this book. I liked it, though I wanted to love it, but there are certain things that I wished was done better. But many aspects of this book I absolutely loved. First of all, let's talk about the genre. This book is a dark academia. The premise of the book is very interesting. It is set in the Oxford University. It has an institute inside the university which is called Babel, where all the students from different colonial countries come together to work on translations. And the entire atmosphere of this book is very similar to the picture of Dorian Gray or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So, if you're a very big fan of Victorian Gothic literature, I think you would have loved it. The theme of the book discusses the colonial exploitation of Europe, which is seldom discussed in books written by English authors. And to find a topic like this in a fantasy YA, it's miracle, and the way Arif Kong has managed to do it, it's beautifully done. It's serious. I would say that if you love something very fast paced and if you want a book solely focused on magical elements or magic system, you might not enjoy this one because it deals with a very serious topic. All the students who are from these colonial countries who have been oppressed for years, and they are not quote unquote very civilized according to the European scholars, and they pick some talented boys and girls from those colonial countries and they take them to Babel, and there these students are taught and trained to work on translation from their language to English language so that they can help in expanding the colonial power of Europe. And they are actually doing something that is against their own motherland, right? Like they are actually removing the resources from their own country and trying to translate it in the language of the colonial oppressors to fit their propaganda. So it's not a very light topic, it's very political and historical, and Arif Kong has kept it historically accurate. In Babel, we meet four students from different parts of the world, and Robin is our protagonist, and he is friends with another three students. And Robin will get into this secret society and secret group who are trying to break this tradition and trying to revolt against this exploitation of their own motherland. And this group of rebellions will have a very impactful effect on Robin's mind. He will start questioning the things he has been doing. So it's very character driven, I would say, because there is not much of a plot, though it deals with a very big chunk of story and a plot, but it's not very eventful. That's what I wanted to mean. The only problem I had with the protagonist is I found him very dull in comparison to the other three characters, especially to Rami's character, who is from Kolkata and who has deeper layer in his psyche than Robin. I think that's the only thing I had issue with the characterizations of the book. But there is a white girl, I can't remember her name, but she is obnoxious, absolutely obnoxious. Like she is those type of persons who believe in white supremacy and who believes that European colonial power is very beneficial for this uncivilized countries, and why there is a need of violence and rebellion because they are doing us, the colonized, a favor. So it's very ironical the way she is portrayed, and she represents a lot of white supremacists who in the core of their heart believes. Other problem that I had with this book is the magic system. For a fantasy, I think the magic system could have been better and could have been more specific and clear to the reader, which it was not. I had a difficulty to keep myself invested in the system, but because of the cause, because of the theme and the seriousness of the theme, I kept on reading because I was invested in the theme. Babel talks about the necessity of violence. There is a lot of argument on this topic, that whether we should be violent with our oppressors, whether we should fight back and attack them. And if you look at the original history of the colonized countries in Africa and in Asia, their independence didn't come without bloodshed. It was necessary. They were disempowered and they have lost their land, they have lost the right to be independent. And they were forced in war, they were forced in cultivation. The exploitation was multifaceted. So, when we read about these freedom struggles, we know how many lives were sacrificed to reach here to get free from this colonial shackle. And Babel focuses on the academical exploitation. Like, you take something from my language, I'm a Bengali, you take something from my language where I am trying to say something, and you translate it to your language in a way that manipulates my words, that manipulates my thoughts, and it serves your purpose. That's a crime. That's a forgery. And that's what they did to influence the colonized. And it was very enraging, I would say. And they didn't realize in the beginning that it's enraging. They thought it's a prestigious institute and to be part of it is an honor. But the more they got deep into the system, they realized that it's only serving the European. It's not serving them. It's actually robbing them of their own essence. And I think Arif Kong deliberately told this story in this format to reach a bigger audience. I might be wrong, but Dark Academia peaked during the 2021 lockdown period and it slowly became very popular in 2022 2023. I myself is a very big fan of this type of books where students are in a mysterious university or an institute where they are being taught literature, history, and everything. I think that started with Frankenstein, and she consciously chose this trope, which the readers wouldn't have picked if it was in a history book or a non-fiction or even in a literary fiction, because that will have a very niche, limited readers. This is a very clever choice, but I thought this book could have been edited better. This book could have been 100 pages short because in the last 200 pages, it was very, very repetitive, which did not really made my reading experience pleasant. But I can tell you one thing, you might disagree with me. There are certain books which, when you read them, do not feel like a great time. Do not feel like you are enjoying yourself. You are enjoying reading it. You feel like you can close this book and do something interesting. But after you finish the book, it starts playing in your head. It starts replaying those events and the way the writer has tried to emphasize their thoughts. And you can't stop thinking about them. And you realize that deep inside, you may not enjoy it, but it has an impact, an imprint on your heart, and it has made you think. That's what Babel has done to me. When I was reading it, I was not a very big fan of it. When I finished it, I talked about it to my friends and I told them, they were also intrigued. But the more I kept myself away from this one, like now I am reviewing it after almost 1 year, but I'm still thinking about it. I'm trying to find another example of something like this. I can't, because this is one of a kind and it's going to stay. It is not one of those fantasy books with a typical skull and a sword and a rose that you find everywhere in the bookshop. It is bold, it is strong, it is significant. And RF Kong did not shy away from presenting her own radical thoughts, which I think is very difficult and which can polarize your fans, which can polarize readers, and it is very tricky. But the ending of the book justifies the reason behind choosing this bold ideology and why it's not something that you can take playfully. We have been reading history from the perspective of the colonizers even today. We are not free from the colonial hangover. And it's very difficult to detach ourselves from the stories that we have been told by them and to see the things from our perspective because we have forgotten to do that. And books like Babel makes you see that thing from your perspective and kind of breaks that spell. Because even in India, knowing English and being able to talk in English is seen as a very superior kind of education. The moment people see someone is speaking in English, they're fluent in English, they instantly raise this person in a higher esteem, like a superior. So it's in our blood, it's in our thinking process. It's like patriarchy. You are born in this system, and it takes a conscious choice to detach yourself from that. And Babel may help you to do that. I hope you like this review. If you have, please subscribe to my new channel. I have another channel where I used to make videos in English and Bengali, but there I have decided to make videos only in Bengali. So if you are looking for English book reviews, please come here. Tada, see you soon with another book review or book recommendation.